The next period, very important for history of England and history of English language, is 100 Years' War, which lasted 116 years. This was the war between two people, or were they two people? The French kings ruled England. The King of England was a vassal and the cousin of a French king. They all spoke French language. Maybe it was a kind of a civil war. But still, after the war, they became absolutely separate nations, speaking absolutely different languages. Why did King Edward address this parliament in English? Because he wanted all English people to rise as a nation. And what happened during this long and bloody combat? The changes in English are, as you can see on this slide, the plural of the words. It's so easy to say plural in English now, like apple, apples, table, tables, but it wasn't always like this. We have our exceptions, you know all of them from your primary school, which are child, children, ox, oxen, chick, chicken, woman, women, and man, men, and others like thief and thief. Why? Because they are ancient words with ancient plural endings en. And during the periods of Old English and Middle English, they transformed into the S, like it was horse, horses, war, wars, and so on. It's a period called the Great Vowel Shift. The difference between German language, Scandinavian, and French started to grow. The new pronunciation of vowels like long E, like in the words feed or deep, or short I, as written, sit, and kids. The discovery of the sound O, which was absent in French and in German languages, like in the words boat or store. Sharp and short A, like in the words God, top. Long U, like in a fool, bull, or the famous English A, which is a hard thing for different people from different countries, especially the Scottish people. We'll talk about this a bit later. Name or bake. This is the sound which was invented and discovered and shifted during this period. So, this 100 Years' War gave birth to both languages, English and the French. It was the war of nationalism and led to separating the countries and the languages. After this period, after the 100 Years' War ended, became a period known in Europe as the Renaissance or the Restoration. Ancient cultures, Greek and Roman, were studied again. It became popular to know foreign languages and to travel, to start to learn sciences. And for all this, you needed your language.